How you doing, guys? Bioinformatics guy here with another video of the series Bash Essentials for Bioinformatics. In this video we are gonna be taking a look at for loops. Imagine you have 1000 FASTQ files, and if you have to process all of them and you have to know what to do with one of the files, so are you planning to work on them one by one? Not a good idea. So with the help of for loops, you would be able to work and process all those 100 or even 1000 or even 1 million files at once. So let's get started. So before we start, we have to make sure that we are in the right directory. So we have done ls. So I will clear up and then I will make a new directory mkdir and I will name it loops. Okay, now we will cd into this directory and we will see this is an empty directory. And then we have to create some files. So our file name is gonna call srr 3534534 01 r1 dot fastq, and then we are gonna create the pair of this file, which is gonna be r2, and then we are gonna create the second file 02 r1, then we are gonna create its second pair r2, then we are gonna create this third file r1, and lastly we're gonna create the second pair. So we can do ls. So now we can see all the pairs: first pair, second pair, third pair. Now your first for loop, let me clear up the space. And for loop in terminal is also very simple. So we will say for I in, and then we will use our wildcard, and then if you see that if I hit enter now, we end up in this with this caret, with this greater than sign. So you can continue typing your command. We will write do. So this is like you have started your for loop and then you say for I in this do. Now we have to tell it what you want to do. So we will echo the I. So in order to get what is inside I, you will use the $sign before it. And once we have told it what to do, then we will say that we are done. So if I hit enter now, let's see what happens. Oh, so we made a small mistake. The echo spelling was not good. So let's clear up the space and rewrite this. So we will write for I in, then we will say do echo $I, and then we will say done. So now you can see that it printed the names of the files one by one. So this is one basic way of using for loop. Now the thing is that we have used this I over here, and if you are using this I, now you know that you are using this for the file names, but in future you might forget. So it's always better to use the words that could be meaningful. So rather than using I, we will type for file in, and then we will say do echo $file, and now we get the same results, but this time it is much more meaningful. We can also write file name, but file is also fine. So we will clear up some space and we will take a look at something really quickly. So if we just do echo file, you see that this variable has still stored the last entry that was in the for loop. So now we can try a few things. So you can do this echo file. You can also do this echo copy minus file. So it will add this prefix, and let's see what happens if you do this. And what happens if you do this? You see, you got some weird results. So in that case, you will have to use the curly braces around your variable. So now you are able to get the FASTQ copy your desired output. So the thing is that it always better to use the curly braces to avoid such things. Remember the hello that we used when we were using 2 times exclamation mark? It was causing some problems, so then we used the inverted commas, and similarly we can use the braces. It's always better to test your results before doing something. So that's why we use this echo command. So it's a really nice trick. So we will say for file in. Now we are taking a look at all the FASTQ files. So we will use our wildcard, and then we will type FASTQ, and we hit enter, do, and now we want to echo the name of the file, and then we also want to copy the name of the file again, copy file. So if I hit enter and type done, now we are able to see the original file and then the copy. So now we have the for loop, and this time I'm gonna tell you a short trick. You don't have to write the for loop again and again. You can just hit the up arrow key, and this time you are able to see the for loop in one line. You can also write this for loop in one line. So rather than hitting enter, you can add this semicolon to know that one line is done. And now we can just change this to CP. And with the help of this, we would be able to create new files with this copy name. And if I do ls now, so we have the original files and then we have the copies. So let's do something sophisticated. Let's clear up this space, and these SSR53 blah 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 number is cryptic database accession numbers, and this could be a little bit confusing. So what if you want to change that number? So we will use our for loop for file in copy, and then we will get all our files by using this using this wildcard. We will do echo, and then we will type the name of our file, and then we are gonna type the updated name. So it's gonna be file // and then it's gonna be the original name. I'm gonna copy this from here, and then it's gonna be, yeah, we will add one slash here. So now let me explain the syntax a little bit. So you have your original file, okay, and then you are saying that change. So this double slash says to replace something. So we are replacing this with chicken. So after single slash comes the thing that you want to replace, and then we will add our semicolon and we will say done. If I hit enter now, then we should see different results. You say this copy this, and then this copy chicken. So now we are just doing echo. What next we have to do is to change this echo with MV. So now we are gonna rename our files. So if we do ls, so all the copy files, this thing is changed to chicken. Alright, so now we are gonna do some kind of trimming on our pair and reads. So as you know that we have these pair and data. So we will use our for loop for sample in srr 01, 02, and then we will take a look at 03. So all of these samples we will do echo again, and we will say processing sample r1 dot fast q and sample r2 dot fast q. Then we will say done. Now we have this small for loop that is basically saying that we are processing the R1 and R2. Now we are handling these files in combination. And now we can see that we are able to work on our paired and reads together. So let's take a look at a different for loop. I'm gonna delete this till here, and then we are gonna be using the cat command, and then we are gonna be using sample r1 dot fastq and then sample r2 dot fastq, and then we are gonna output this to a new file. It is gonna be called sample combined dot fastq, and we will say done. And let's take a look at this combined file. So we can take a look at srr02 or combined.fastq. So now this file is empty because our initial files were empty. But the thing is that if you have a real file, you can combine those files with this command, and you can see that all the files are combined with just one command. So sample 1 is combined, sample 2 is combined, sample 3 is also combined. So we can also count the number of sequences in a file by using this for loop. We can say for file in fastq do count, and then we will be using our grep here. So we will say grep minus c, and then we are gonna be using this. So we will take a look at the starting, and then we will use add the rate. So you know that in fastq files, some of the lines in the pair of 4 are starting with this add the rate of sign. So we are taking a look at those lines. So we will say echo, we will echo file count okay. So now it says 0 sequences because these are some testing files. So what we can do is we can try this command on our compressed file. We'll go back, and then now you can see that we have this fastq.gz command files. So we can apply the same for loop on these commands. So here is our for loop. We have to change this a little bit. So rather than using grep, we can use zgrep, because zgrep is able to handle the compressed file, and that's all the change that we have to make over here. One more thing, sorry, we also have to change this fastq to fastq.gz, because we are taking a look at the compressed file. So that's all the change we want, and if I hit enter, we can see that our sample reads file contains 12 sequences, this tiny file contains 850 sequences, and this contains 587 sequences, and this file does not contain any sequences at all. So this is a really cool way to count the number of sequences in a file. With that, I would like to say thank you for watching this video. For loops can be really helpful. So this was the second last video of this series. In the next video, we will be taking a look at a really important concept to create your own bash script. So now you have combined and you have learned enough skills that you are able to combine them together to make longer scripts. And rather than writing on terminal right away, it's better to have a file and combine your commands so that you can run them again anytime. Thanks again for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Feel free to check out my blog page, and also you are welcome to join our community on Facebook. See you around in the next one.